This Zone Off-Road 4-inch lift kit with hydraulic shocks is for those of you that have a 2003 to 2006 TJ and are looking to run a set of 33-inch tires on your Wrangler. If you are looking to run a set of 35-inch tires, you're probably going to have to go up to a 6-inch lift kit, or just know that you're going to have dramatically reduced suspension articulation. And if you want to run something smaller than a 33-inch tire, you can probably get away with a little bit less lift, probably something around 2.5 inches of lift. So again, I really do recommend 33-inch tires for a 4-inch lift kit like this one. And if you are looking to run a set of 33s, I think this kit from Zone is a very nice option because it's going to save you some money over some of the other kits, but also be a very complete lift kit. Installing a lift kit like this is going to be a 2 out of 3 wrench installation. It's probably going to take you 2 to 3 hours depending on what tools you have access to and if you have a lift or if you're doing this in the driveway on your back. This is going to include everything you need to get your Jeep back on the road again, and that includes a lot of the smaller pieces and parts that some of the other kits on the market, even the more expensive kits, don't include. Of course, you are going to have your new taller coil springs, and those are going to be what provides you with that 4 inches of lift. You're also going to have a set of hydraulic shocks from Zone, and in general, a hydraulic shock is going to ride a little bit softer than a nitrogen charged shock, which is something I really like. If you are going up to a bigger lift, if you like a little bit of a stiffer ride with a little bit less body roll, then maybe a nitro shock or something that's a little bit stiffer might be a better option for you. But for something that's going to be a comfortable ride, this is going to be a great choice. Now, a nitrogen shock is also going to avoid any sort of foaming and cavitation when you work that shock really hard off-road. So again, if you're looking for those benefits, look to a nitrogen shock, but something that's nice and comfortable and that will save you a little bit of money. These hydraulic shocks are going to be an excellent option. This kit's also going to come with 4 new longer sway bar end links, and those are going to accommodate your new taller ride height. This comes with a rear track bar bracket, which is going to get some of that rear geometry back into check after you're finished your lift. And of course, this does come with lower control arms for both the front and the rear of your Jeep. And that's very important when you're lifting your Jeep 4 inches. When you add that much lift, you're going to be rolling the axles, so you're going to change the caster up front and the pinion angle, and in the rear, the pinion angle as well, which can cause all sorts of issues. The steering wheel won't want to recenter. You can get driveline vibrations. 4 inches of lift is really when you have to worry about getting some driveline vibes on your TJ. So these lower control arms, in conjunction with the transfer case drop that comes with this lift kit, is going to eliminate any of those issues. That transfer case drop, again, is going to be included in this kit, and that's one of those things that some of those other kits out there on the market do not include. This is also going to include some transfer case linkage adapters that are going to help make that 4-wheel drive linkage work properly even after you have your transfer case drop installed. So as you can see, very complete kit, a lot of pieces, a lot of parts, but Zone's still able to do it at a really, really reasonable price. Of course, there are ways you can upgrade this kit. You can go to control arms that have spherical joints on one or both ends. You can change out all 8 control arms. You can start adding adjustable track bars. There are, of course, different ways that you can upgrade this. But if you're looking for a really complete starter kit, something that's going to get you rolling down the road again, hitting the trails, running a set of 33-inch tires, and doing it effectively, all while saving you some money, this is going to be a really good option for you. Installing a lift kit like this is going to be a 2 out of 3 wrench installation. It's probably going to take you 2 to 3 hours depending on what tools you have access to and if you have a lift or if you're doing this in the driveway on your back. Either way, the steps are going to be pretty similar. You're going to have to loosen or remove any of the components that keep you from fully sagging the axles down in order to remove the springs. That means you're going to be removing your brake line brackets, your shocks, your sway bar end links, and your track bars in order to fully sag that suspension down. When you do that, you'll be able to pop out your factory springs, install your new taller springs, and all of the other components that come in this kit as you go ahead and reassemble the Jeep. Now, when you have no load on the axles, that's also a really good time to install these new lower control arms. And as I said, then you're just putting pieces and parts back on the Jeep as you put it back together, but using these components instead of the factory ones that you've removed. This is not going to be a difficult installation. There are a lot of people that do this in their driveway with just some traditional hand tools, myself included. But if you're not comfortable doing this much disassembly to your Jeep, there is no shame in taking your Jeep to a shop and having them install the lift kit for you. I've said it before, one of my favorite parts about this kit is the fact that it is so all-inclusive and it comes in at just over $500, which is a very fair price. A lot of the other kits that are going to be in this price range aren't going to include all of the little bits and pieces that this one does. For a kit that has lower control arms, shocks, springs, all the brackets, the transfer case drop kit, everything that this kit has, I think $500 is a very reasonable price, and I think this is going to be a really nice starter kit for a lot of you. So if you're looking for a fairly priced and complete lift kit that'll allow you to run a set of 33s on your TJ, I highly recommend taking a look at this kit from Zone that you can find right here at extremeterrain.com.